We begin with Queen Hippolyta. She is communicating through a goat to speak with her daughter. The queen tells Diana that she woke up this morning and found someone in her bed. Diana congratulates her for that. Hippolyta tells her that last night she was at one of Dionysus' bacchanals. There was a considerable amount of wine in that place. She doesn't remember very well what happened, and that is precisely the reason behind all of it, getting away from the divine for a bit to have some fun. The problem is that when Queen Hippolyta woke up, Ares was next to her, but not in the way Wonder Woman might imagine, because Ares was dead in her bed. The queen asks Diana if she remembers the dagger she used to play with when she was little. Hippolyta still keeps it next to her bed, obviously for sentimental reasons. Well, that dagger was buried in Ares' back. That is going to cause her a lot of trouble with the gods of Olympus. They are not used to this kind of unpleasant situation on Olympus, at least not for a few millennia now. She knows that in the world of men this might be fairly common. That's why she's telling her daughter, so that she can help her mother solve this mystery. Obviously, Hippolyta doesn't remember what happened the previous night, but she doesn't believe she is responsible for Ares' death. To solve this mystery and help her mother, Diana will have to ask the best detective in this world for help. Batman refuses to help her. Diana asks him for help to find out if her mother killed Ares. Later on, the two of them leave in the Batmobile. Batman asks where exactly they're going, since the road ends in a mile. If he keeps driving without stopping, they're both going to end up sinking into Gotham River. Diana asks Batman if he has faith. Batman tells her that her gods are not his gods. If that's the case, which church does Batman go to? For Batman, God is not in a church, he is in an alley. Diana knows the truth about everything and tells him that God is much farther than that. He'll see it soon enough. Just as Diana had told Batman, he had to keep driving without stopping. Everything was going to be fine. As they drive on, they arrive at their destination without any problems. Batman doesn't understand it. Has this place always been here? Diana tells him yes and no. It always is and never is as well. After walking a bit through the realm of the Greek gods, Diana stands before her father to tell him what happened. The death of the god Ares is a mystery, and Batman is the only one who can help solve it. For Zeus, that doesn't matter. Queen Hippolyta killed a god, and she will be imprisoned. Batman asks Zeus how sure he is about that murder. After all, Greek gods don't die, they go to Hades. That is exactly what Zeus fears. His son Ares will be under the clutches of his brother Hades. Murder is a generous word for such a result. Diana asks her father to grant her one day to investigate Ares' murder. She will show him who the real killer was. If he doesn't give her that time, then Zeus should prepare for a rebellion of the Amazons. They will not feel comfortable with Zeus' actions against their queen. Zeus does not seem to care if there is a war against the Amazons. It's Batman's turn to speak. He asks Zeus if he knows who he is. Zeus says yes, but not in the way he imagined. There are men, there are gods, and then there is Batman. If that's what Zeus thinks about Batman, then the Bat asks the father of all for 24 hours to find the truth. If he fails, he will sacrifice himself in Zeus' honor. For Zeus, that is not all that fascinating. Shortly afterward, the two of them leave again in the Batmobile. Diana knows that the Greek gods may lie to Zeus, but they cannot ignore him. Batman asks what about her lasso of truth? Will it have any effect on the Olympian gods? Diana doesn't know, so they'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. They will gather information, observe, and draw a final conclusion. Diana has no choice but to thank Bruce. To solve this mystery, Batman begins his investigation, and the first to be interrogated will be Queen Hippolyta. During the interrogation, Batman learns that Ares tried many times to kill Wonder Woman. Despite that, she does not seek revenge. That is something for petty beings. She is an Amazon. Batman asks if she is seeking justice. Then, for Queen Hippolyta, this is a waste of time. Her daughter has brought here someone who doesn't understand Amazon culture. Batman believes that, if she is responsible for Ares' death, she might have done it not for something he has done, but for something he has not yet done to Diana. Hippolyta dreams of Ares' death every night, but only yesterday did she have the pleasure of seeing it come true. The next one to be interrogated is Dionysus. He tells them that Queen Hippolyta was a bit tipsy. Batman wants to know if she left with Ares. Dionysus tells him that Hippolyta is not someone Ares would leave with. Diana wants to know, then, who Ares left with. Dionysus is the god of pleasure, and he finds that the key to the greatest pleasure is discretion. Diana takes the wine to pour him another drink, but unexpectedly, she attacks him and smashes the wine against his head. This causes Dionysus a great deal of pain. As he said himself, he is the god of pleasure, which means he does not know pain. Batman takes advantage of the situation and asks Dionysus again who Ares left with. The Greek god tells him that Ares left with Aphrodite. Now he begs them to help him. He doesn't want to feel pain anymore. Diana gives him a hard kick to knock him out. He'll be better now that she put him to sleep. Later on, Batman goes to Aphrodite to ask where she went after being with Ares. Aphrodite will answer them without any trouble, but first she wants Batman to take off his mask. Ares and she went to her chambers and had some fun. After that, he left, but that doesn't matter. Ares is dead and she won't be able to have fun with him anymore. Aphrodite is about to kiss Batman. He asks her where Hephaestus was last night. She doesn't know, but she assumes he was at his forge. He came to see her in the morning, as he usually does. Aphrodite kisses Batman and tells him that he can visit her whenever he wants. The answer will be yes. Once they both leave, Diana has a theory. Hephaestus might have discovered that Ares and Aphrodite were having an affair. He killed Ares out of jealousy and blamed the queen. So now they will have to go see Hephaestus to interrogate him. Batman doesn't say a word to Diana, and she asks him if there's a problem. Batman tells her there isn't, so they should keep going. Diana asks Batman if all men are the same. Before Diana can continue speaking, Batman is struck by a powerful attack. A lightning bolt pierces his chest. Without a doubt, this must be Zeus doing. So Diana goes to confront her father and ask him what happened. Zeus denies being responsible for this, since his lightning bolts were stolen. She must not worry about that. They are already investigating what happened. Diana is quite upset. She tells her father that Batman could have died. For Zeus, that's what makes it interesting. Mortals die. That's what makes them special. And as he said before, they are investigating what exactly happened. Diana leaves. But before she goes, her father reminds her that he is sure this doesn't change anything about their bargain. She has 12 hours left to solve this mystery or Batman will be sacrificed. Elsewhere, Batman tells Diana that he is glad Zeus is investigating who stole his lightning bolt. Diana can't believe it. Did Batman just make a joke? Well, it seems that Batman does have a sense of humor after all, and it's not as if Wonder Woman were the cheeriest woman on Earth either. Diana tells him that at least she smiles. Batman knows that Clark smiles, but she shines. Bruce wants to know if he can tell her a secret. At the beginning, she had asked him about God. He lied. He knows very well that God is not in the alley. He wasn't raised religious, but when he was a child, he always knew that there was something above them. Then his parents died. They were very good and kind people, and yet they died. He always wondered what kind of God would kill in order to leave a child orphaned. That's when he knew there is nothing above them but the sky. Sometime later, he met Diana. She was kind. It was as if his parents had come back. After meeting her, he went home, looked up at the sky, and then started praying. All those words caused Diana to burst into tears. Diana leaves that place. Somewhere else, she lights a candle to speak with the gods. Whoever hurt her mother, whoever hurt her friend, Diana will find him, and when she does, he will endure a pain like no other. Diana returns to Batman. The Queen contacts her daughter again to ask if they have any lead on Ares' killer. Diana tells her mother that they still don't know, but Batman believes the Queen really could have been the killer. Hippolyta tells her daughter that if she had killed Ares, she would not have done it with Hephaestus' dagger. She would have ripped his heart out with her own hands. Later on, Diana goes to Hephaestus. She wants to speak with the one who was once her friend, a god Diana once could trust, but who now seems to be acting as if he doesn't care that a god was murdered with one of his weapons. Hephaestus tells Diana that he is busy and asks her to leave. Diana refuses and throws the dagger, injuring his hand. Now that she finally has his attention, they need to talk. Hephaestus is angry. He only forged the weapon. He is not responsible for how it's used. Diana knows that this is nothing more than an excuse the gods always use. I created you. The rest of it is not my fault. Hephaestus has helped Diana many times. What stops him from taking his hammer and smashing her head in? Diana tells him that first he would have to face her fists and her good judgment. Hephaestus will not fight with a piece of living clay. Diana is shocked by his words. She knows he doesn't usually talk like that. Something has driven him mad. What Diana wants to know is how Hephaestus knew the dagger was in Queen Hippolyta's house. Hephaestus is not going to answer her and only tells Diana to get out of this place. Diana returns to Batman to tell him what just happened with Hephaestus. Bruce wants to get up to help her. Diana tells him to lie back down and dispense justice with the innocent. Batman knows she's making fun of him, but when Bruce gets back to Gotham, the Riddler is going to have a bad night. Diana is going to take advantage of the fact that Bruce is talking more than usual, so she asks him a question. Why does Bruce fight gods if he's only a man? Bruce asks her to sit with him and take a break together. Bruce hugs her. All that happened with Trevor. What he remembers most about him is seeing him in the quarters they shared, when some heroes, Guy or one of the stretchy guys, made fun of him for being just a man dating Wonder Woman, and he always had the same answer. Steve would tell them that the only difference between him and Diana is that he loved her more than the stars, and that she loved him more than the earth. The world is full of gods, from Clark to Zeus. In the middle of all that nonsense, Bruce is just trying to be the best man he can be, just like Steve Trevor was. Later on, Diana goes to her father to ask him to give them more time. Zeus refuses. It doesn't matter if he is an immortal being and has all the time in the universe. Diana has 3 hours to find out who Ares' killer was. Otherwise, he will have Batman sacrifice. Zeus finds it amusing to talk to his daughter. Women are so funny when they think they know something. The conversation with Zeus makes Diana furious, and she starts destroying everything around her. Aphrodite arrives, and the two of them start drinking some ambrosia. Aphrodite heard that Diana spoke with her husband. Diana tells her that's true, although they had a little argument. Diana used to think that Hephaestus was an exception to all the gods and their fanfare, but now she realizes that wasn't the case. Aphrodite tells her that Ares used to come to her house quite often. People thought that only sensual things happened between them, but the reality was the opposite. All Ares did was cry, again and again, because he couldn't bear everything his wars had caused. Ares just wanted the goddess of love to hold him in her arms. Once, Ares made Aphrodite keep his greatest secret, but now that Ares is dead, she assumes she can tell Wonder Woman. Now that Diana knows that secret, she goes to Dionysus again. She wants to ask him a few questions, and he has to answer them quickly, because when the tiara she just threw comes back, she will smash Dionysus' head into the ground if he hasn't answered her, and he will stop being a beautiful god. Dionysus threatens her. He is the god of joy and can take that joy away from her. Diana gets angry. They took Steve away from her, and now he is threatening her with melancholy. She already lives in a hell, and he is going to join her there very soon. The tiara is about to fall, and the only thing Diana wants to know is who Dionysus told about Ares. She knows that Aphrodite told him about the god of war's feelings, and when Dionysus found out, he just mocked Ares. Dionysus doesn't want to suffer more from Wonder Woman's wrath, so he tells her that he told Hephaestus. He never indulges in his own wine, so Dionysus thought that would push him to do it. Diana goes to see Hephaestus again. She has already spoken with Aphrodite and Dionysus. Diana knows about Ares and Aphrodite. Their relationship wasn't just a fling. Hephaestus will not allow her to keep talking to him like that, so the god takes his hammer and attacks Diana. She tells him that he could have endured a fling, but seeing Aphrodite comforting Ares, holding him in her arms, is something Hephaestus could not tolerate. His wife has no time for Hephaestus' problems, but she had all the time in the world to listen to Ares cry. He is just a poor god filled with pain on the inside. While Diana is talking, Hephaestus activates Hera's harp. Diana must not forget that he also forged that weapon. The lasso is good and strong. This won't take long. The lasso of truth that Diana has used for years to defend herself will now be what ends her life. When Diana dies and sees Ares in Hades, she will be able to tell him that Hephaestus was the one who killed him. All Hephaestus had to do was tell Zeus that his son had turned into a bleeding little sheep. Diana has a small smile. To Hephaestus, this is foolish. She smiles in the face of her own death. In reality, Diana isn't smiling at death, but at Batman, who is standing behind Hephaestus. Does he really think a woman would face a god alone? Hephaestus panics and runs for his hammer. Wherever Batman is, he must show himself. There is no living human who would dare to challenge a god. All of this was nothing more than a distraction by Diana to provoke Hephaestus into going after Batman. Diana has freed herself from Hera's harp and now attacks Hephaestus. The battle is over, and Diana goes to Batman to tell him what happened. The strange thing in all this is that Diana had Hera's harp wrapped all around her body, so she had no reason to have lied to Hephaestus. Maybe that lasso doesn't work on her either. Hephaestus' magic might be the most powerful in Olympus, but Batman knows it is not more powerful than her. Diana is happy that Batman is recovering. A man struck by Zeus lightning usually doesn't get back on his feet and change that quickly. Batman asks Diana if she thinks he could also withstand her lasso. Diana tells him no. Diana and Batman arrive before Zeus. The god of Olympus thought he would have to go looking for Batman. It would have been fun to hunt him, but he supposes Batman's sacrifice will be enough sport for one day. Diana tells him that won't be possible. They already know the truth, and Zeus killed his own son. He tells her that's ridiculous. He would never disrespect one of his children. Diana knows her father would. Ares learned and felt some compassion. He became a god who experienced the agony of those he tortured, a god who cried in a woman's arms. Zeus' son was vulnerable, the god of war recognizing his victims, trying to be better. Zeus could not stand it. Ares left Aphrodite drunk. Zeus knocked his son out, and then took him to Queen Hippolyta's house with Hephaestus' dagger. Zeus had to blame Hippolyta so that he could have revenge for what Diana did to his son and thus reset Ares' rage. Zeus' hatred for what he sees as feminine weakness has blinded him, but it has not blinded her. He was the one who attacked Batman with his lightning bolt to keep them from discovering he is the real killer. Diana demands that Zeus free her mother and restore her honor. Batman has a friend named Boston, Deadman, who can speak to the living and the dead. They will tell Deadman the truth about Ares' death. Ares, who is now dead, and since he can speak to the dead, Deadman will tell Ares the truth about how he died. Zeus may not fear a war with the Amazons, but he will fear a war of gods, father against son. This enrages Zeus, and he asks his daughter who she thinks she is. Diana answers simply, she is Wonder Woman. It is all over. Batman asks Diana how she feels. She doesn't feel they achieved any justice. Steve Trevor died. She feels anger inside her. It burns her from within, and now she wants to know how she can go on. Batman tells her that there is only one way she can go on, and that is not doing it alone. Bruce takes her hand to help her keep going. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.